love you. We're in here in the street, giving you the tools to help you to get your relationships on and popping. We're spiritual relationship counselors. We're veterans of the United States Air Force.
We're pastors.
We're authors.
We're authors, and we're usually two couple.
All things relationship. And so what we want you to know today is that we are here for you before and after I do. Regardless of where you are, there is something available for you. If you're dating, you're single, you're divorced, you're getting ready to be married, you're dealing with infidelity, you're dealing with blended families, and you know how that can play out. And so what we do, we come in, we do an encounter session with you. That's 15 minutes. We do that for free so that we can see where you are. Give you a strategy and a tool, because we're dealing with communication issues all the time.
That's right. Assessment tools for you to be able to determine what it is that you want. Where do you want to go in terms of relationship? Do you want a relationship? Do you want to make the relationship better? Is it something that you're in?
Exactly. Where are your finances? Is that causing the contention in your relationship? Maybe it's your sexual intimacy. Y'all, there is all sorts of things that we're dealing with. And so what we want you to know is that we are here for you. We've seen it all between the two of us, between 50 years of relationship, pastoral, counseling experience, and we are here to help you. So we want you to know today that all you need to do is go over to marriagemakes3.com, and there you'll be able to get your free session. And maybe you'll need a little bit more, and we do offer that, and we can talk about that during your session. All right, appreciate you so very much. Don't forget, marriagemakes3.com. Find us all over social media, Marriage Makes 3, on Instagram, on Facebook, anywhere you can find Marriage Makes 3, we're going to be here for you.
Remember that, just search #GD and me.
We appreciate you, love you.
Hey, everybody.
Hey. Get it.
Hey, get it. So silly. Okay. Hey, everybody.
Good evening.
What is going on? Thank y'all so much for coming in and for hanging out with us on this beautiful Wednesday evening.
Hump day evening.
Oh, Lord, it's hump day.
Yeah.
Y'all don't even know. Y'all don't even understand how happy that makes me feel. Thank you so much. You guys are amazing. We appreciate y'all coming in. Thank you so much for coming and sharing the broadcast. We certainly appreciate every single one of you. Please let us know how our signal is going and make sure that you have shared the broadcast. How about that? If you haven't shared yet, go ahead and let's share. We're going to be talking tonight about 5 things that you know might give you a little indicator, a little hint that your significant other might be cheating. There might be something going on, and you need to know these things, and you need to be very, very watchful, because some of us, we're like oblivious. Can I say that? Some of us are oblivious to what is going on in our relationship. And so one thing that we have to do is begin to ask the questions, begin to look and check on each other, know what we're dealing with, when we're dealing, because there's different stages and seasons to relationships.
Yes.
And so, we could talk about the what is it, the middle age itch?
Yeah.
Is it that somebody trying to scorch?
They call it the 7-year itch.
Yeah, that's it. The 7-year
all
itch.
kinds of terms.
Why are we itching?
Assigned to the season.
Do you need
of your relationship?
Do you need some ointment, sir or ma'am?
In the spring, when everything is perky and popping and up. But in the winter, when things begin to sad.
Are you trying to say that people are old?
Not us.
Oh,
not us.
I love it.
And not you all. Because your relationship, when you keep it right, it will keep you young.
Yeah, that's right. It's statistically. Did we tell you that? Statistically, it keeps you much younger, makes you look better. And we love people that look better when they come to church.
Come on.
Because some of y'all come to church and y'all be just looking just as old and draggy. Y'all be looking dilapidated. Y'all be looking, oh my God. Some days I'll be like, nobody at the tribe. I'm just saying in general that some of y'all be out here looking just as crazy as y'all could ever be.
Rats drugging.
Okay.
Cats threw up. All right, listen, I know we're just kind of bantering here, but thank you all for joining us. We're Pastors Greg and Michelle, MarriageMakes3.com. We're here Tuesday through Thursday, except yesterday. We needed a day off, folks. We sometimes just don't know that you need a little bit of time off. So that's kind of a reminder to you in your relationship. Make sure that you're taking some time to maintain those the relationships that you value and that you love. We appreciate you all. Thanks for being in here with us this evening. Come on in, share.
Yes.
And let's get ready to move. Tonight we are talking as we continue the cheating chronicles.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. There's a lot to it. It really can be a whole lot.
It's like being in quicksand before you struggle deeper. You see. That's Isaac Hayes. Stand accused.
How did I know?
Of love.
How did I know that there was a song that went along with this? How did I know? How did I know? How did she know? All right, so we're in here like swimwear, you all. Again, if you all didn't know, I'm Pastor Michelle. This is my sweet husband, Pastor G. We are spiritual relationship counselors. We are veterans of the United States Air Force and your go-to couple for all things relationship. Tonight, we want to talk about the 5 signs that your mate, that your partner, your significant other, your husband, your wife, your boo thing,
your snookum snort is maybe your main squeeze, your only squeeze.
I don't know if she's watching, but one of my good girlfriends, one of my good spiritual girlfriends, she said to me, "Girl, I done got booed up."
Now don't look guilty. Don't look guilty. Act like. I am
so excited.
What is she talking about? Looking down like that.
I am so excited. It wasn't me. It wasn't. Come on, Shaggy.
Thrilled for you. It's always a blessing.
Absolutely amazing. I am so excited.
Who your heart.
Yes. Can come together with long, because when you have been an adult and you have done the work of healing and you're like, okay, God, I'm healed now. I'm settled. I've got all my stuff together, all my proverbial ducks is in a row. And now you're ready to come back into a relationship with another individual, another person. The Lord has been with me the whole time. I'm content. I'm happy.
Content in your singlehood. And there's something about that when you start to take care of yourself and you start to do you, boo, your skin clears up and your hair stops falling out. And I don't know, you just start looking, what's going on? And guys be looking like,
what's happening?
That's attractive. Confidence is an attractive thing. So we want, there's something about having your credit right. That just makes you feel better about yourself. Come on here. My bills, everything is working out. And before long, the right one is going to find their way to you. A contender. Yes. Will show up. And a winner. I like a winner. Remove the zero and replace it with a hero. Zero. Amen. And so, it was really exciting. It's fulfilling.
Yes.
Because this is your passion. This is what we do. Yes. And the reason we do it is to see people fulfill in their lives. Yeah. And to see them connect with the right person.
Absolutely. And remember that your marriage isn't just so that you can have somebody. It's going to fulfill the purpose of God in the earth. And so when you're being attracted to people and things of that nature, you've got to see, is the vision lined up with what God has for you, right? You got to find these things out, because if you're out here just marrying somebody because they cute, baby, as soon as they get a little bit older, well, depending on who they are, okay, they might not look the same. Stuff might not sit up high or drop down low the way that it used to when you first got to.
Sorry, guys. I love that song. I don't mean to do that.
Okay.
So listen, if you're in here, let us know you're here. Drop a thumbs up or say what's up. Drop something so we know that you're in here and you are ready to move forward with our content.
All right. So we're gonna go ahead and go on.
Let's do it. Let's make it so number one.
Number one. Mm-hmm. I love it. All right. So when we're talking about the 5 signs that you're part. Oh, before I talk about that, want to show you all this that we have available now for you: the Overcoming Cheating Checklist. How do you get it?
Wow. Overcoming
cheating. Overcoming infidelity.
Okay.
Yes.
So,
well,
so this before it happens checklist.
This is after.
Okay, that's right. You don't really need a checklist
if you're good.
Yeah.
I mean, of course, you can get the checklist and make sure that you're doing the stuff that's on it. So you.
Now that's a really good point. Ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure.
That's what they say, right? Mm-hmm. So when you go over to bit.ly/MM3LINKS, what you will do is you'll see our little roll in. You'll roll down, get your relationship on and popping. Have you been cheated on? So what do? Click it. Hello. That's what we do around here. We click stuff. Okay. Hey, click it. Hey.
You did good.
You're so silly. Okay. All right. And so this is what you're going to do. You're going to find it. You'll go down. You will see this picture, Overcoming Infidelity, the checklist for success in relationship after the pain of cheating. You'll be able to go there, get this download. You're going to add your email and your name, and then boom, you're going to get your copy. How about that? Mm-hmm. It is as simple and as easy as that there. All right, hold on. Let me see something. Did it come through? Here it is. Have you been cheated on? Grab the checklist. Boom. Boom. Okay. Go on over there. Get your copy. Download it. There might be somebody else that you know that needs to get a copy of this. Or maybe you need to throw a hint to somebody. We don't know, but we just want you to know that the resource is there. It's available to you. And we wanted to make sure that you guys knew about that. All right. So tonight, the 5 signs that your partner is cheating. Don't forget bit.ly/MM3LINKS. All right. So number 1 thing, and these are in no particular order, so don't think that you're going to go down the list and say, well, this was the first thing, okay, now they did this. No, that's not how any of this works.
That's right.
You have to look, and there's more than 5. There's like 20, but we're not gonna keep y'all in here with 20 of them tonight. Okay, we're gonna do 5. How about that? So number 1 thing that you have to look for is that they are constantly accusing you of being a cheater. Listen, when a person is dealing with the devil, let's just keep it funky. When you're dealing with the devil and you think that when you're doing something, people have a way of projecting their mess.
That's the word.
Onto you. Because if I can accuse you, then maybe that'll help me to feel better.
It'll make me feel better.
Yes.
And it'll take the emphasis
off of me. Yes.
People are good at deflecting.
Lord.
If I call you out,
right,
you'll be so busy defending you that you don't realize what I'm doing. That part.
Okay. So that's the first one of the first things that you need to look for is this person consistently. And listen, I'm not telling y'all this because it's something that I heard. Okay, it's something that I know. Yes. Well, you do. I'm with the mailman. the mail woman. I'm with the librarian. I'm with the neighbor across the street.
Wow.
I'm with the guy up the road. I'm like the UPS people, the guy that I work with, my supervisor, my boss. I'm out here just doing it all. And I said to myself, now wait a minute.
Yeah. And if you got all of that time to accuse somebody else, you know, you really need a life.
Yeah.
You got time. You got all of that time to be suspicious of somebody. You must not be doing what you do, man. I use some bad English. You are not doing the thing that you are supposed to be doing. It's the hamburger.
So, D, it is what it is. We have to look for the signs. If they're constantly trying to accuse you of being the cheater, more than likely the issue is that they are trying to deflect and they are projecting their mess onto you. And so those are the things that you have to look for.
That's really good, honey. Before you go to number 2, let me say something here. Thank you for the heart love. Thank you for the thumbs up. We appreciate you all for being in here.
Absolutely.
Thank you, Deirdre, for your support as well. You used the term projection. Now, projection is a defense mechanism. And the defense mechanisms are how people respond to pressure, to stress, when the truth or they're not doing what they're supposed to do, then they use a defense mechanism.
It's true.
And projection is the case of putting what I'm doing off on everybody else, off on you.
That's right.
And again, the whole thing is to deflect. And to
throw you off kilter, because when a person accuses you, you're so busy, like you were saying, defending yourself, that you don't have time to really look and nitpick. It's like, I can't believe that they think that I was cheating. I ain't doing nothing. I'm here minding my business. And so now the pressure, the stress, the discomfort level that is been placed on them is now being put onto you.
Absolutely.
Right? So these are the things that you got to watch for in folks, people's partners. And let me see the number 2s while we're dealing with this. Hey, Terry, thank you for joining. Appreciate you, man of God. All right. So the 5 signs that your significant other, your partner might be cheating. I don't know. You know, you come and you've seen some of this stuff and you're trying to like, oh my goodness, what is really happening right now? Because a lot of us, when it begins to happen in our lives, some folks are absolutely blindsided. They have absolutely no idea at all whatsoever. And then you've got those others that as soon as something goes awry, they can, like, it's almost like they can sniff it in. Where you been? What you been doing? Right? So waiting on you, y'all in upgrade. Love it.
Hello, Terry.
Love it, bro, Terry. Thank you, sir. Number 2, here's number 2. They become more judgmental toward your marriage or your relationship. This is the things that you have to look for. When your spouse, your significant other becomes more critical, like I don't know, every time everybody else is doing this and we constantly have this issue and that issue, when they begin to start nitpicking every little thing in the relationship as though it wasn't there all along.
Yep.
Anyway,
wow.
What is happening is that dopamine factor that they are experiencing with the other individual that's outside of the relationship. What ends up happening is they begin to see that in rose-colored glasses. They begin to see that person as the end all and be all. That person ends up being the perfect, because what are you doing? You coming together usually just for a sense of euphoria. And that's regardless of what type of cheating that we're talking about. Remember, we talked about the 5 types of affairs: the romantic, the casual, the emotional, the cyber, and the sanction. Well, when we're dealing with this, you have to know that these are the places that you begin to see the incongruencies. Why all of a sudden you mad about the way that we've been doing it? We've always done it like this. You see how that? Because
now you have something to compare.
Come on, amen.
And we always talk about that before you get married. If you are not jumping around from place to place, if you've not experienced sex, then you have nothing to compare it to.
Very true.
But once you get married and you realize, man, yours sure is little. Whatever yours may be. Now you're comparing. Okay, I'm done. I won't say anymore. I got your attention. You all in here now.
Oh my God.
Yours sure is little compared to how do you know? I'm sorry, baby. All right. But now you have something compare. So you shouldn't.
This is what happens when we are having intercourse prior to marriage. And I believe this is why the Lord set this thing up the way that he did, because he knew that we're always comparing stuff. Like an apple and an orange. There is no comparison between an apple and an orange. They're two completely different types of fruit, right? But for some reason, we want to compare your life with my life. We want to compare my husband with their husband. What are we doing right now? Deidre's got them. I love that. Hey, Kimmy Doll.
What's little? She's
okay. And that's one of those places that can become very contentious in a relationship, because if you are that person that is going to belittle the little, or criticize the skill set or skill level instead of being the teacher, then that ends up becoming a problem. It's Lulu laughing.
And that's the thing, is that when we begin to frolic and cheat, and become intimate with other people, then again you become hypersensitive to what you have. You become extra critical of what you have, rather than
Terry says, stop comparing me to him. It's not fair to him. Hashtag I'm bigger.
Come on.
I knew he was gonna say it. He did not disappoint. Terry did not disappoint me at all. Amen. When your last name is Little, you already on
I can play straight man to Terry. I can just lay it out there and pick it up and run with it. Lulu sang the title song into Sir with Love to Sir Sidney Poitier.
Okay. Hey, Lulu.
I know the Queen hadn't got around to it, but I say Sir Sidney Poitier. It's Lulu B. period OG.
Perry OG.
Perry OG.
Hey, darling.
Sorry, Perry OG.
Let's see.
Period.
I don't know. Okay, I don't know. I used to do that when I was in my mess. Hashtag Nick Pick to death. Okay. Yes, sir. So you see that this is actually a thing. People do this. So let's see those number threes as we are in here.
Thank you, Terry.
We found out that men absolutely do cheat more so than women. And I don't know if it's because they have more time or more or less to lose somewhat. I don't know.
Or if they better at it and got caught,
haven't gotten caught yet.
We haven't found out that y'all cheating more. Now statistically,
and listen,
men do cheat.
And guess what? Let me ask y'all this, and y'all can put this in the chat if you think you put an R or a D, depending upon which one you think it is. Who cheats more, Republicans or Democrats?
Wow.
Yes, there's a statistic. Go ahead and put an R or a D in the chat. Man, I cannot wait to have you guys on the podcast. Yes, sir. We are looking forward to it. We'll be with Terry with the Knucklehead Chronicles on Sunday, the 21st of March. Y'all need to come and be a part. Of course, he's going to give us more information, and we'll know more about it as the time draws closer. Thank you for inviting us. He said Democrats.
And the moral majority Republicans.
That what? No, those are the ones that get caught. You'll see. I see Democrats. I see two on Democrats. So absolutely, the Democrats, people that identify themselves.
Oh, Bill Clinton.
Let me get this off. You done got me hot in here. Oh my God, I cannot. Democrats statistically cheat more than Republicans.
Mm-hmm.
How about that? Okay, where are you on the spectrum?
Wow.
I'm an independent, all right, and so it is what it is. I'm a part of the kingdom, so I don't be doing that kind of stuff because that's not right.
Mm-hmm.
I was just gonna say that Republicans get caught. Them jokers will cut off their nose and spite their face. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Okay, so here is number 3. When we're talking about the 5 signs that your spouse, your significant other may be cheating, you have to look at how they start to adorn themselves. How do they look? Are they looking better? She said we all based it on Clinton. I know all these answers. Hey, Denise, thank you for joining.
Bless
Listen,
you.
Are they looking better? Are they working out more? Are they out here, they never wore makeup or any of that, didn't care. They would just throw their hair in a bun and roll out. Is he making sure his beard is shaved up and there ain't none of these little, what is it called? Pseudo
BDBs. Barbie.
Did you say BDBs?
Something face bumps. No.
Folliculitis Barbie.
Wow, baby. Let's look at you.
It's pseudo folliculitis Barbie. Do they have the shaving bumps? That's the scientific term. But are they making sure now that all of this is cut and everything is shaped up just right? They're making sure that their
back hair is
right, everything is always lined up now, and where they would just throw on a pair of raggedy jeans, now they want to make sure that they take them to the cleaners and they're putting on shirt, and they may not have been wearing cologne and perfume all along, but now all of a sudden they're smelling good and looking good.
The thumb nails are grown out and groomed, very nicely manicured. My wife is laughing. Pastor Michelle is laughing because she says anytime she sees a man that's got that thumb nail
or that pinky
is meticulous, or the pinky is meticulous,
he's a pimp.
He's wearing an extra ring.
He's a pimp.
He's a cheat. He's a dog. I'm just,
It has been, listen, it has been my experience. You get that long, I don't know what it is, but that long fingernail. And then we were watching something the other day.
One of the movies. Yeah, and I was going to say that very often that's the way they're portrayed. And so art imitates life.
Okay.
As it is in life, so it is in our movies. That's right.
She said no claws, no claws. Their feet may have been rough every night in the bed with you, but now all of a sudden you feel like they're spending more time scrubbing them feet and doing all of this stuff. Hey, Danielle, listen, y'all, this might be an indicator that your significant other is out here in these cheating streets. And so those are things that you need to start looking for. And can people want to look good? We think that you should, but what we're talking about is when you begin to see differences.
That's right.
Maybe you're with somebody that is meticulous about their appearance anyway, but then they like kick it up a notch, right? There's a
comes extreme.
Yes.
They have to have an extra bag in the car in order to stay clean. When I go to the gym, I'm taking some extra towels. I've got me a locker at the gym, and I have taken an extra set of clothes so in case I get smelly, I need to clean up. You don't know what I'm doing. So an extra cologne bottle here and there, one in the car, some extra breath.
All of that. They've got all of that.
This stuff now. When you've been telling them they stink for 6 years, they didn't hear nothing you got to say. Now their nose is open.
Yep.
They're cheating.
Yeah, it might be cheating. It's possible. It's highly likely. Okay, no, bow wow.
Did you say they're using that pinky nail to test art imitates life.
Right.
If you're seeing that in your movies, it's because somebody's doing that in real life.
Using that pinky nail to test the product. Yes, Lord. Terry says there's an extra set of towels. I'm fat, so them nooks and crannies be serious. But see, if you're normally doing that, that's
Irrational.
one thing. But when you got somebody now all of a sudden where they weren't caring about any of that, now all of a sudden they're paying a specific attention to that, honey, they might be cheating. Danielle says if they have an extra bag in the car, they are cheating, period. Yeah. Period. Okay. So let's see those number 4s there.
Thank you.
In the chat.
I am Lane Grace for joining us. I'll drop those 4. Was it 3s? 4s. Drop those 4s, guys. Looking better than normal. Making extra effort to make sure that they smell good. The breath is fresh. When for 6 years you've been telling them, look,
you
need to clean it up.
Halitosis.
You need to clean it up, Stinky.
Okay.
They had their own dust cloud following them around for 6 years. Now somebody's got their nose open. There are a very strong possibility that they are now cheating. They found somebody who's tickled their fancy a little bit, and so you need to be aware when those kinds of changes are taking place.
Terry says, yeah, you cannot change the rules in the middle of the game. Anything less, you cheat. That's right. She said, not the breath. It is what it is.
Now, if a person has a breakthrough with their relationship with you, and they said, look, honey, I realized that I have been really not doing you right. I've not been. They can have a come to the Lord.
A come to Yeshua meeting.
Right? They can have that in their relationship. But if they're going out, they're only doing that kind of thing when they go out. Then there's somebody else out there.
Something else going on. All right. So here's number 4. When we're talking about this, that they aren't talking to you as much. Now, y'all remember that we talked the other week about the 5 types of affairs, and that one type is an emotional affair, right? They may have never.
Aventura.
Yes. We was talking about Pastor John, y'all. But yes, him and his wife, Aventura, whenever he got caught, he said that he was having an emotional affair, that nothing physical had happened, that it was simply that they were talking a lot and things of that nature. So when a person is spending more time doing that with them, they end up doing less of that with you. And so not only talking, but you've got to check frequencies, okay? And when I say frequencies, I'm not talking about the knob on the dial for the radio. What we're talking about, I've had so many of those over the years, emotional affairs, right? If they're speaking to you less, they're probably talking to that other person more. If they are going out with you less, right? Whatever it is. So don't think that you have to confine this into the talking area. They may still be having sex with you, but having it less as opposed to what they used to. And you realize that there's nothing medically wrong, nothing like that. There's just all of a sudden the interest level has kind of waned. That it may be that they're getting some of what you normally share with each other with someone outside. And
a lot of times what you may be getting is the guilt sex, So he's been out with so-and-so 2 or 3 times this week or every night this week. And all of a sudden he's there with you and you get ready to turn over and go to sleep as you've been doing every other night. And he or she decides that they're going to break you off some.
Break me off.
It's kind of a guilt sex. I need to do something so she doesn't think that I'm doing something out there. Does that make sense? So I need to do something here so she doesn't realize that I'm doing something
he
out
said,
there.
They gonna break you off a piece. Because break me off a piece of that.
Oh, my goodness. Steve Harvey.
Listen, it's true though, y'all. It's true. It's true. Here, let me see those number 5s. Y'all. She said, preach, Pastor G. Let me see those number 5. I know we said we have 5, but there's one more that we can talk about. We're gonna get out one more before we roll on out. But listen, don't forget, go on over to Linktree bit.ly/MM3LINKS, and you can get the checklist. It's called Overcoming Infidelity. It's a free checklist, and I promise you that if indeed you are one that wants to strengthen the bond, some of you have gone through this already, and you've seen the detriment. And so what do? You decide, am I going to stay? Am I going to go? Are we going to stay together? Are we going to just let this thing go? What are we going to do? So if you are one of those that you're saying to yourself, I have put too much into this relationship, and some people, because of what we call the perfect storm, y'all have heard me talk about this before. There's the volatility. Someone passes, something happens, something detrimental. You all know that when something as detrimental as losing a child can push someone over the brink if they're not careful. The perfect storm. Yes. Hey, Deborah. I love you, darling. Thank you for joining. Yes. And thank you, Deirdre, for reminding the people. Do not forget, Periscope is going away, so you're going to have to follow us over on Instagram or on Twitter. Marriage makes the number 3_ on Instagram. Okay, thank you so much. Denise asked the question, is the guilt sex a bad thing if it's better than the non-guilt sex? Honey, you can get it how you take it how you get it. Do it how you feel it.
Yeah, and you just have to remember, though, that if they're dropping it somewhere else, what are they bringing with them?
Oh yeah.
Now, and you're still in a relationship with them. You're still entitled.
Yeah.
So get it.
See,
but
here's
make
the
those
thing, though.
precautions.
Usually, the guilt sex.
Yeah,
you don't know. You don't know that it's guilt sex.
That's true.
And so you may be like, oh, wow. Or just feeling like, oh, Lord, thank you, Father, because we just been having such a hard time. And so it just kindly depends on who it is and what they're doing. If they're just doing it because they're obligated, then it might not be, it could be a little lackluster. Or it could be that the heightened sensations because of the knowing that I have a secret that you don't know, and I've got to perform so that you don't suspect. That could be
even better than the original.
Yes, absolutely.
So that's a very good question, very valid question.
Absolutely.
And what you want to keep in mind is that a person who is in a relationship and they're suspicious of something, if you need to take some precautions or whatever to feel comfortable,
absolutely.
There's just a whole lot of factors there.
And this is why we need y'all to go over to marriagemakesthenumber3.com. If you're dealing with this, we want you to know you can get through it by yourself. But honey, let me listen.
It's a bear.
You need someone that is outside of your circle, and you need to do this before you start telling people.
Yeah.
Because Lord, folks are so judgmental. Folks are like, you need to let him go. I wouldn't put up with that. What? She did what? Y'all know how y'all men are.
Have to be so mindful of who you tell.
Yes.
You're spot on.
Exactly. So if you're not doing that, I need you to know that we're available. We do a free 15-minute session. You can check the link there in the bio. Terry says, Pastor G and Pastor going to be talking love languages on the Knucklehead Chronicles. Yes, sir. On the 21st of March. Come through.
Thank you, Terry.
And say, hey, yes, God. Let's see.
Awesome.
That's right. Periscope is getting ready to go away. So make sure that you're following us everywhere else. Get it how you live. Yes, sir. Get it how you live. MM3 works for me. Number 5, they avoid the conversation whenever you try to broach it.
Avoiding, changing the subject, distracted by something. Oh, honey, I really gotta need to take this. I really gotta take this.
I gotta go.
We have an emergency down at such and such, and it's a problem that only I can solve.
Right.
And I absolutely my boss need me there right now.
Yes. She said those are the super deep and delicious saints of God. Yes. Yes.
I promise you,
soon as I get back. Well, what are you talking about?
Talk.
You need to talk, because it's almost like a sixth sense. They know that you're about to, okay, something is missing. I don't know what's going on. And so instead of having the conversation, he said that he lied. instead of having the conversation with you, they're going to figure out a way to skirt it, to get around it. They're going to go all the way around Robin Hood's barn. They're going to come home later in the evening because they know that y'all talk time is when the children are gone to bed, and or when they're doing their schoolwork, whatever. So they'll know the times and the seasons, and say they know that you're going to come to, well, anytime we're eating dinner together and we're sitting down, that's when she want to talk about stuff. So, I think that'd probably be a good time for me not to be at home. Lady, shut that nonsense down. Check his phone. Come through here now. He said, my boss need me. Let me see your phone. Let me see your phone. Well, see, and here's the thing. They might drop the phone and step on it just so that they don't get caught. Let me tell you, there is a web of lies and deceit that go on alongside with cheating and infidelity.
Come on.
A whole web, and it's tangled. And so you may have the phone, but you may have the home phone. And the home phone may not be the same phone in which the individual, because y'all know you can get some of those is running from justice. You got to burn a phone. You got to burn a phone. You can go to Walmart and pick it. Oh, shouldn't be giving them the game. Wow. You can go pick up a $56 phone at Walmart, and that could be a number that you use to cheat.
Elevation Health, thank you for joining us. Let me. We said earlier that art imitates life.
Yeah.
And we're not. You all realize that we're not lying to you about this stuff. Last night, in a new, I think it's a Netflix series.
Okay.
Gentleman who is cheating, oh man, with several people, it appears. His wife is suspicious, believes that it's going on. He's got a person at her office who informs him when she's leaving.
Okay. Hello.
Has a whole web of stuff built around him. The son
it's an insulation.
Is talking about them getting a divorce. So he's suspicious. And this guy, he has a burner phone. She goes out to his car, finds the phone, not a burner, but a phone with pictures of people that are he's cheating with in her phone. So this is real stuff. This is real life. People are going through this. And
people are checking phone records, putting their hands on the hood of the car to see if it's still warm. How far did you go? And checking your speedometer to see how far you went, because from your work to your home is only X amount of miles. But if you went outside of those parameters, then you're going to have more miles on the car. I want to know why it is that there's more gas being put in the car every week. I want to know, what is this charge on the credit card bill? What's really happening right now, honey? You need to check this stuff out. Hey, brother, hey, Pastor Edwin, love you, sir. Danielle says, I know what you're talking about, Pastor G. I was watching it. Okay. And she said, yes, Pastor Michelle, you were hitting the nail right on the head. Bless you, Brother Terry. We'll see you tomorrow.
Good night.
All right.
Terry said, Terry Jr., little Terry, is going to sleep with our voices. The last thing we hear.
Lord bless him
tonight.
Bless him. Only me until the Lord bless you. Thank you for joining. All right. So I told you that we're going to give you a bonus one. So let me see those number 6s there in the chat while we reset. I'm Pastor Michelle. This is Pastor G. We are spiritual relationship counselors. We are veterans of the United States Air Force. We're your go-to couple for all things relationship. We want to remind you, sir and or ma'am, that you can go over to bit.ly/MM3LINKS, and there you will find all of the information that you're going to need in order to get an encounter session with us. That's free, 15 minutes with us to deal with one of your issues. Here we have a brand new for you. If you've ever been cheated on, you can grab the Overcoming Infidelity checklist. Y'all see that? You're going to go over there, download it, You can download it tonight. And listen, if you are one of those that are saying that I want my relationship to work, I know that we've had to deal with infidelity. I understand the pain, the stress, the tensions, but what we're trying to do is get this thing back together. I want you to go and get that download. You may know someone that this is going to help them. Tell them about it, let them know, and be sure to get that download. And I promise you it's going to help you, okay? Danielle says, oh, I check phone and email and social media. I am not ashamed of it at all. I love it. So here is number 6, and I see you all put those in there. Thank you all so very much. Number 6 reason, a sign that your partner may be cheating on you is that they have grown much more disrespectful towards you. They've grown disrespectful. Their patience level with you is at 0. Okay? The things that they would have said to you in a much nicer tone, now it just kind of falls out their mouth, and they don't care about your feelings. They don't care if you're hurt about it. They don't care if they're saying it in front of other people.
Tolerance.
They don't care if they telling other people about your nasty, dirty drawers that you left on the floor in the bathroom next to.
Cool. Anything.
Nothing is off limits. When a person is deep, disrespect me, and I'm checking chins. He said, "Try Jesus, don't try me, cause I throw hands." It
becomes they developed a contempt for you.
That's good.
And that's good.
That's good.
It's
contempt.
A sad place to be.
You know, when a person there's y'all know we believers and all that, but there's still some folks that we love, but we don't like them, right? And so when they come around us, we start feeling some kind of way, like. Y'all know what we're talking about, right? And so when you start feeling those all the time coming from your spouse, when every little thing becomes an issue, becomes a problem, why you put that there? Why you can't put stuff where it's supposed to be? Why? How come you did so-and-so? This is so dumb.
And your nonverbals become louder.
She said, yes, oh yes. You getting on my last nerve. What?
You're biting your teeth, grinding your teeth.
The tolerance level for the flaws and the proclivities and the eccentricities of the person that you love that have always been there. Okay? Always been there. You knew they were there, right? Now they become a problem. More so than they ever. Now your nitpickiness has gone to the 10th degree. You have to know that when a person starts disrespecting you more and more about different little dumb things, regular stuff that you've been doing, you've been married 10 years, you've been doing that, and now all of a sudden it's a big issue. We're having big blow up fights about it. We have to know that that person has grown disrespectful of you because they are receiving some of the very things that they need somewhere else. Somewhere else, somebody ain't doing that. And now there's that whole thing where you were talking about before, the comparing. When you begin to compare, well, my ex did this, and here you doing this. Well, this and well, this is my wife doesn't like this, but I don't even like that. You do it a whole lot better. People don't say this out loud, but they're thinking it, right? Because these are the experiences that people end up having. And whenever there is infidelity, cheating, if you don't come and be on the up and up, say that there's a communication error, there's a breakdown somewhere in our relationship where we can now sit down as two loving adults, two people that are in covenant with each other, and begun to do some compromises. Listen, you do this and this hurts me. I feel like this is happening when you say this. When we break down that communication and then we find that the wall is up, well, then everything else becomes suspect. Everything else starts to suffer. And now we're able to see outside because now what we have is old grass.
Wow.
Right? Becomes old grass. And so now the grass over there that may not even be real grass.
Yeah.
That might be some astroturf, right?
Mm-hmm.
And if you're looking from home and looking at astroturf, of course it looks beautiful. Of course it's lush. Of course it looks green. But they ain't got to put no water on.
Yeah. I've seen them here put down some straw and then spray it with some green, I guess it's fertilizer and seeds, but they spray it with this green stuff.
And when you
that's supposed to be grass, and it's even the wrong color, but they spray it green.
When you roll up on it, it looks like,
real.
Oh, okay. Then you get close, you're like, wait a minute. Under further inspection, we realize that ain't grass.
It's dry hay.
Okay. Amen. With some spray paint on it. All right. Let's see. Danielle said, oh, wait. Kim says, I'm going to need bail money if we get there. He's going to be in the morgue. I'll be a widower. Okay. And Danielle says, I don't like one of my in-laws, and that person knows it because I can't hide it at all.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh, Lord, the in-laws and the outlaws. Danielle, I'm sorry, I can't be fake with it, and I'm only 80% saved. Okay. It is what it is. Being saved, but our faces haven't been redeemed yet. And everything that glitters absolutely can be dog. Ain't gold, and everything that shine ain't a diamond, right? Yes, my face needs help, but I tell her about herself and keep it moving. Oh, Lord. Listen, it's great for us to be able to sit down with one another, deal with the issues, talk about it. If we're unsatisfied in certain areas, we're in a relationship. And so in that, we ought to be able to sit down and say to each other, honey, you know, the other day I felt some kind of way when you said this, or honey, I really would like for us to be able to have this. And so can we save X amount so that we can get there? Whatever the case might be, because what happens is the communication breaks down. We end up in emotional affairs. We end up feeling lonely, even though we're in a marriage or a relationship. And so now someone else walks in. If people did not cheat, the world, we wouldn't have the divorce rate.
Absolutely.
That we do. And do you realize that about half of the people that are in a marriage that cheat, that half of those marriages end in divorce? Okay. It is what it is. 50.3% or something like that ends in divorce. Now, do you have to be divorced? Because you know we're in kingdom, right? In the kingdom, God said it like this, that the only reason, and you know, there's some schematics with that, so don't hold me to this. This is just a snippet. One of the reasons valid for divorce is infidelity, right? But he didn't say that it's mandated.
Yeah.
He said that it's allowed. Okay? And it's permitted. So what do? Do we have to get rid of our husband? Do we have to get rid of our wives? No, you don't have to. Now you don't have to put up with them consistently. You know, if they're a serial cheater, you need to get on about it.
They are unwilling
to do the work.
To one, admit it.
Okay.
Because if a person fails to or is unwilling to at least acknowledge.
Yes.
And I remember in that very movie that we were talking about last night, that whatever it was, a series, she asked him point blank, are you cheating on me? And he right in her face just clearly lied.
I did not have sexual relations with that woman.
Art imitating real life. And why are they making these movies? Because that's what's going on in life.
Absolutely.
Right now. Is there hope? Do we have to go there? Absolutely not.
Not at all.
No. We have to turn the tide. Children pick up on things very quickly. And I'm not saying that we need to stay together for children. No.
Oh, no.
But it's certainly going to make an impact on them. And if you stay together, or you end up killing each other or one another.
She said something about some bail money.
Right?
Yeah, and counseling.
So you have to deal with this some kind of way. Now, if you're in a place where you're being devalued constantly, you cannot live.
That's right.
You know,
because the covenant
will eventually
been breached.
You will eventually die staying in that situation.
Amen.
So you have to make a decision about what am I going to do.
That's right.
I can't fix it.
Amen.
And one person cannot fix it.
That's right. Come on. It only takes one to mess it up. but it's going to take two of you to get it together. Kim says, my uncle and aunt told us if you get in an argument, walk away and don't speak for a time. That way you don't say something you can't take back. Yes, they were together for 50 years, married for 30 before she passed away. Amen. See, there is a way to get past this. Right, but sometimes you need support, and so this is why we do what we do. Pastor Michelle, Pastor G, we're spiritual relationship counselors. We are veterans of the United States Air Force,
authors, pastors, and we're your go-to couple
for all things relationship. Want to remind you to go on over and you can get the Overcoming Infidelity. It's a free checklist over at bit.ly/mm3links. It's going to give you some tips that's going to help you to strengthen the bond of your relationship after infidelity. I promise you, you'll do well with it. If you work, it'll work.
That's right.
But you got to work, and you both have to be working it together. I'm too fabulous for jail, but if I have to lay hands, then I'll just have to do that. Listen, guys, we certainly appreciate y'all, and don't forget, we are still in fundraising mode. We still have some world's finest chocolates available. If you would like to just give a donation,
delicious.
They are super delicious. If you want to give a donation to the tribe, this is our 10th year in ministry. We want you all to be able to give. You can find us at bit.ly/TJM donate. Excuse me. bit.ly/TJM donate. And if you find that we have been a blessing to you and you would like to just give a donation just because, we want you to also know that you can give at that same link. Just let us know what the donation is for. Bajo la Luna. Thank you for joining. All right, just let us know what it's for, and we'll make sure and apply it to that. Thank you all so very much for being a part of marriagemakes3.com. We're here for you every Tuesday through Thursday between 9 and 9:30. Between Tuesday and Thursday every week.
That's right.
Helping to give you some tips and tools that's going to help you to get your relationships
on and
popping. Hey.
Thank you all for joining us. We want you to know that we appreciate you so much. Danielle asked if someone
that's right. She's over on the other side. Yes, ma'am. Let me do that quickly.
Thank you, daughter.
Does anyone have any questions while I'm putting this down here in the chat?
Drop your questions. Kimmy says free 15 minutes with the pastors on one issue. But if you need more time, your 15 minutes, you can be turned into 45. Before, during, and after I do. bit.ly, there it is, bit.ly/MM3 links. Come get your relationship and life on and popping. Thank you, Kimmy. And there is the link for the donate.
Boom.
bit.ly /TJM donate.
You're so welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you all.
Thank you.
And so we'll see you guys right here tomorrow night, all right?
Join us.
We love you all.
We'll see you then. Love you all.
No,
Appreciate
you won't.
everybody.
What's going on? I got to listen. I got to work it out.
Much love to you all. We always remind you here to close the broadcast that God loves you and we love you. And ain't a thing you can do about it up in here. Join us tomorrow night while we continue the conversation.
Yes.
The Cheating Chronicles.
And I got the one with Dr. Dollar. I got that. I got that ready. So tomorrow night, hopefully, we'll be able to get this on here.
Come on in here early. So
you're gonna love it. It's hilarious. All right. Yeah. All right, guys. We appreciate you again, and we'll see you all tomorrow night.
Good night, family.